Hello, Perfect Paints fans. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping by the Perfect Paints YouTube channel. I want to paint flowers, surprise, 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 on this canvas bag I have. It's very hard for you to see what it looks like because I am in this small little space. But what I do want to do is before I actually paint on my canvas bag, I want to see how the Perfect Paints is going to react with the canvas. So here I have it, and I'm going to try to do this a couple different ways. I want to see which technique I will be able to achieve the look I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of my sangria paint here, Shimmering Matte Acrylic Paint, put it over here on my craft mat. So there's a couple different ways I want to try this. So first what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with full on sangria direct to the canvas. And it feels like it's just kind of floating on top of the fabric. It is going to give you static color, which in my world, that means it's not going anywhere. But it's really kind of hard to get some nice defined edges because of the weave of the fabric. But there you have it. One-on-one, paint to canvas. Now this time, I'm going to give my canvas a little spritz of water and kind of rub it in so it, once again, that water does not just sit right on top of the fabric. And we're going to do 100% sangria onto the wet fabric. This just paints on so much easier when the fabric is wet. And it doesn't have to be soaked, just needs to have enough water so that it's just a little easier to paint with. Now, I may have mentioned this before in my little tutorials here that sangria is made of pigment and mica, and they're not all the same colors. So what you get when water causes them to separate may not be the color you think you're going to get. All right, so the next one we're going to do, I'm going to put some water on the canvas. I'm going to paint the flower onto the canvas. And then I'm going to just give it a little spritz like that. Okay? And then the last way we're going to do it, we're going to spritz the canvas. Then we're going to get a little bit of water over here. And now I actually want to mix some of the sangria with water. Yes, I know that this can cause crazing, but this is going to sink right into the fabric. It's not going to sit on top of it. So let's see what this one does. We're going to do our little petals. All right, so as we see this, here we have dry brush on, wet fabric painted on, wet fabric painted on spritzed with water, and wet fabric with wet paint. Now, I do have to say that I am very surprised that this one didn't do a little bit more, but this look is absolutely and totally what I'm looking for. So once you figure out which technique you want to use, then you can also, once it gets to the point where you love it, you can stop that movement. Now, I do want to see what this one, because I'm the what if girl. What's going to happen if I spritz that one with water? All right, so here it is. Here is my little sample. Here is direct 100% sangria shimmering matte acrylic to the canvas, no water. Here we misted the canvas. Here we misted the canvas, painted it on, and misted the flower again. And this is where we added the water to the shimmering matte acrylic and then painted it onto the misted fabric and then misted it again. Did you get all that? So anyways, one thing that's really important about, and this, I have learned this lesson, and it was a kind of costly lesson, that your shimmering matte acrylic paints have to be dry if you want to write over top of them with any pen. Because if you don't let it dry, it will ruin your marker. Just plain and simple. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it will ruin your marker. So then as the final, I just want to go in and outline the flowers. And there you have it. There is my what if moment of using Perfect Paint shimmering matte acrylic onto canvas fabric. I hope you've enjoyed my little session here of trying to figure out how I want to paint on my canvas and which one would you like me to use. I'd be very interested in hearing it. Add your comment down below. And once again, thank you for stopping by the Perfect Paints YouTube channel to check out my latest creation. Until we meet again, bye and stay creative.